right. It is a beautiful Sunday morning here in the great state of Ohio. The gods have actually looked down on me today and blessed me with a gun range all to myself. Sun's shining, 29 degrees and no wind, which very rarely happens. So we're going to take it. The reason we are at the range today is ADE, Advanced Optics, was nice enough to send out the new Delta 6 MOA red dot in FDE to the channel. We're going to do a test and review of this optic today. The ammunition we're going to be using today to do the test and review of this red dot, we're going to be using some CCI Blazer, 115 grain FMJ. Brought out my reloads. We're going to be using the 124 grain Summit City bullets. These are sitting on top of 4.8 grains of CFE pistol. And these are just round nose bullet. All right, couple things we got to get out of the way right away. If you have not watched the video before this, we did the unboxing video of the ADE Delta FDE. We went over everything in that video, the specs, the brightness of the dot, the battery life, what kind of battery it uses. All those specifications of this dot were done in that video. So we are not going to be doing that today in this video. And with that being said, in the unboxing video, if you've already watched it, we discussed that the ADE Delta has locking screws for the windage and elevation on the back side of the dot. And as you can see, with these suppressor height sights on this FN 509 Tactical, we do not have access to those screws anymore. So, what we're going to do, they are loose. I'm going to get the dot zeroed, get it right where I want it. And we are going to have to remove the dot, tighten those locking screws down, and then remount the dot with some blue Loctite. I brought the tools out to the range to do all that. So that may be a deterrent for some of you, but in ADE's defense, if you go on their website, a lot of the people that buy their dots use a mounting system where the rear sight gets removed, they install a mounting plate, and then mount the dot. I personally do not like red dots mounted on those mounting plates. Reason being, I like my dot nice and low to the slide, and I like to be able to co-witness the suppressor height sights through the dot. All right, let's get this zeroed in. We got the 124 grain Summit City reloads in here. Get our dot on. All right, it's about dead on zero. Take you down and show you the target. All right, this was our first shot. Little low, little to the right. Made an adjustment, went way too far to the left and up. And our third shot was right here. So I'm going to leave it alone. All right, we got this dot exactly where we want it. I brought my fat wrench out here. This gun is clear. Nothing in the, no magazine, nothing in the chamber. All right, we're going to remove this dot. Right here's the locks I was talking about. So we're going to go ahead and lock goes down. Tight. Now, I really hope this works. Should be fine. I'm going to tighten one down. All right, we're going to attempt to take this one out. Got our Loctite out here. Now, if this works, it's not that big a deal because this is a top load battery compartment. So once this thing's put down and locked in, you're not going to have to take the optic back off anyway. All right, there's our 12-inch pounds on that. We're going to take this one back out, and we're going to put some Loctite on that screw. And then we're going to confirm that we still have 0. Alright, we're all mounted back up. Dot's still on. Let's see what we got. Alright, we got 5 rounds loaded up. We're going to make sure we still have 0 after taking the dot back off, putting it back on. I'd say we're good. Take you down and show you. All right, there's 4 of our 5 shots. We put 2 right here in the same hole. That was all me right there. Had a flyer. I knew I did it right when I pulled the trigger. Sarah 0 is fine. All right, we got 17 rounds, 124 grain Summit City bullet reloads loaded up. Let's see how our first group turns out. All right, not too bad of a group. Had a couple down here, but other than that, pretty good. All right, I want to address something with this dot. This is not the first ADE optic we have reviewed on the channel. We did a xanthedium review a couple weeks ago before this. One thing I want to say about this dot is the brightness is great. It is super bright, sunny day out here. And the other thing I love about this dot is there is no starbursting with this. So this dot in this delta is a lot cleaner and no starbursting like what we were getting with the xanthedium. The xanthedium was not a bad red dot. I really like it. In fact, I still have it on my Taurus TX22. But this is a super, super clean dot for the money. Let's fire another 17 rounds. I love this 509 Tactical. It runs. Super reliable gun. Not a bad group either. Alright, that was that group. Not too bad. Had this one down here, this one over here, a little off. But the dot's doing exactly what I want it to do. We're not losing 0. Alright, like we do with every red dot, we're going to do a rapid fire test, then we'll shoot another group, make sure it held 0. This time we're going to be using 115 grain CCI blazers. Here we go. Fed them all. Alright, we got another 17 rounds. Summit City bullets loaded up. Make sure we held our 0 now after the rapid fire test. Here we go. Fed them all. Another really nice group. All right, there was that group. They're all pretty good. Had one over here just a little bit. Real happy with it. All right, I got 2 targets set up out here. I did forget to bring my USPSA targets today. So we got these targets. I got one here and one over here on this side. We're going to fire 2 shots into each target, transition back and forth. See how well that dot tracks. All right, we got 17 rounds, 124 grain, Summit City bullets loaded up. Here we go. Fed them all. All right, here's our target on the right. Pretty much got them all in the A zone, except for this one here. We're outside. And this is our target on the left. Pretty much kept those all in the A zone. All right, we got a target set up at 25 yards. We haven't done this for a while. See how this dot does at 25. 5 rounds. Not the best, but I'll take it. 25 yards. Got 4 rounds here. A zone. 1 in the head. Well, first I want to say I could not be happier with that ADE Advanced Optics Delta FDE. And I really appreciate ADE sending it out to the channel for us to test and review. Ran a couple hundred rounds there today. No issues at all. Love the way it looks on this FN 509 Tactical. Gonna really hate to have to give this gun back to the owner. The dot held 0 all day. It's super bright out here. No problem seeing the dot at all. When we set up the 2 targets and we were transitioning back and forth, tracked great. Lens is plenty big enough, even if you wanted to use this for competition use. Pretty good size window on this dot. I love the fact there was no star bursting. The dot showed up great on the blue targets, on the white targets. I didn't have any cardboard USPSA targets here today to see how it was on the brown, but I can already tell. I've tested so many red dots that it'll be just fine. For $120, you can't beat this optic. Now, the only con I have about it is that locking system on the back of the red dot. I do believe all of ADE's optics are that way. It is what it is. The Vortex Viper's that way. Not sure about the Venom. Now, like I said, once we got the dot zeroed, we took it back off. We tightened the locking screws down in the back. We remounted it. We did not lose 0. You guys have been looking at my targets with me all day today. We've been fine. Once this dot is mounted and you got it zeroed and you got it locked down, the nice thing is, with it being a top load battery, you don't have to take the red dot back off this handgun, so it should not be an issue. Like I said, I want to thank ADE again for sending this out to the channel. Hopefully we'll be doing some more work together with them in the future, and couldn't be happier with this dot. Highly recommend it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.